May, I'm going to be stuck in a wheelchair for the foreseeable future. You need to come and live with me until I recover and help me around the house. I need you by this evening, so start packing immediately. I'm sorry, could I ask who this is and how you know my name? What is the matter with you? Don't tell me you've forgotten about me. I am your mother-in-law. My mother-in-law? I know this isn't my mother-in-law because I have her phone number in my contacts list. So, who are you? No, I know for a fact that you know my number because you blocked me on your old phone. Then when I finally got your new phone number, I realized that you blocked me on your new phone too. Wait a second. No, it can't be. You're Karen, Colton's mom. But that doesn't make any sense. I never gave you my new phone number. How did you find me? You think I was born yesterday? I asked around to my relatives. I told them it was an emergency and that I needed to contact you as soon as possible. None of them knew your new number, though, so I had to go to your relatives, and one of them gave it to me. No way. I can't believe one of my relatives would actually do that. I thought they would know better than to give it out without my permission. Yes, thanks to you, it was like pulling teeth to get them to give it to me. When I told them it was a life-or-death emergency situation, they finally relented. And that's another thing. You've got some nerve, May. The day after Colton's funeral, you went and completely cut off contact with me. I should have known you would do a cold-hearted thing like that. You barren women are all the same. Empty wombs, empty hearts, that's what I always say. The ultimate purpose of all life on this planet is to keep their genetic line going, and you can't even do that. Honestly, if it were up to me, you wouldn't be classified as a human being. Karen, it is precisely talk like that from you that made me cut off contact with you in the first place. And what is going on with you? You're in a wheelchair now? You were perfectly physically active the last time we saw each other. Perhaps a bit too physically active, in fact. Yes, well, I had a nasty fall down the stairs, so I'm stuck with this thing until I'm better. My insurance company said they'd pay for someone to visit the house to help me out, but I don't want some strange person taking care of me. And that's why you need to pack your things and move in with me tonight. I need to? I don't really see why. Because you are my daughter-in-law and I am your mother-in-law. End of story. That's how family works. Not that you'd know anything about family since you could never make one yourself. When I think about how my poor, sweet, innocent son had to spend the best years of his life tethered to you, it just breaks my heart. It's probably what broke his heart, too. You hear me? You're responsible for my son's death. You killed my Colton. Give me back the money my son left you, you vile, filthy, malevolent harlot. It's interesting that you're demanding that I move in and help you by flinging insults at me. Well, I hate to say it, but your brilliant strategy to convince me to move in with you has failed. I don't have any reason to lift a finger for you, so I won't. Excuse me, what gives you the right to say that to me? It's simple. When Colton died, any connection I may have once had to you was severed. We are now nothing to each other, not family, not friends, not even acquaintances. Not to mention you hate my guts. Why would you want someone who you hate so much to be the one waiting on you hand and foot? Don't you dare talk back to me, you impudent little fiend. Even if my son has passed on, that doesn't change the fact that you are my daughter-in-law. You have a moral obligation to help me now that I have to use this wheelchair to get around. Pack up a bag of clothes and get down here right this instant. Right. I'm gonna have to talk to my husband about this first. You're what? Matthew, we've got trouble. Colton's mom is texting me right now.
Wait, really? What in the world does she want?
She wants me to move in with her.
What? That's insane! Why?
She had an accident and needs a wheelchair now and wants me to take care of her.
But there are people you can pay to do that for you. Why doesn't she just do that? Her insurance should cover it.
That was my first thought, but apparently she doesn't want a complete stranger coming into her house.
Okay, well, if that's the logic she's gonna use, then why does she want you to do it? You're practically strangers nowadays.
Right? That's exactly what I said. I told her I wouldn't do it, but she's just not taking no for an answer. Plus, she's bringing up the whole inheritance thing, which I guess I kinda understand.
Yeah, I guess you can't just dismiss her offhand, can you? But, I mean, you told me about the way she acted at the funeral. She said all those terrible things to you, and now she expects you're gonna drop everything and become her maid?
Apparently, yeah. To be fair to her, her only son suddenly passed away from a heart attack before he even turned 30. I can understand that she would be emotionally unstable. But in the middle of the funeral service, she jumps at me, starts pulling on my hair and punching me. Then she starts screaming, "You killed my son! You killed him! I'll kill you for this!" It was both sad and terrifying. I don't even want to see her face again, much less have to become her full-time caretaker.
I can empathize with the unfortunate position she's in, being injured and immobilized, but at the same time, she's done terrible things to you and never apologized. Even if she did apologize, what she did to you borders on the unforgivable. Don't worry, May, I'm here for you. If there's anything I can do for you, let me know, okay?
Thank you so much, Matthew. Just the fact that I'm not alone makes a huge difference. If I was still single, I'd probably be having a mental breakdown right about now.
I'm glad to hear you say that. But yeah, we'll need to find a way to get her off your case. I mean, what would I do if you had to go move in with her?
Mate, what's going on over there? I waited all night for you to get here, but you never came. I gave you explicit instructions yesterday, and I expect you to follow them. Do not keep me waiting any longer. Good morning, Karen. I talked to my husband last night, and in the end, we both agreed that I have no reason to become your full-time caretaker. I thought you were talking about my Colton when you said that last night, but you weren't, were you? You got remarried. Yes, that's right. I knew it. You've completely forgotten about my son. I was right about you. You were nothing but a heartless, soulless, unthinking, uncaring succubus. I will never forget about Colton and the love that we shared. At the same time, I can't keep living in the past. Colton wouldn't want that either. He would want me to move forward, and that's what I did. And my life from now on has absolutely nothing to do with you, so please leave me alone. I have a new family now, and my responsibility is first and foremost to them. So what, you've got yourself a new family? So what, you've gone and replaced my Colton in your heart? This has nothing to do with your responsibilities to me. And besides, a miserable failure of a human being like yourself must have nothing but free time on your hands. And if you've got free time on your hands, then you've got no reason to say no to me. What on earth are you talking about? You're as barren as a bag of sand, you useless sack of meat. If you were infertile then, you're infertile now, and you'll never be able to have children. And if you've got no children, then it's the same to me as if you were still single. Now don't make me tell you again. Pack your bags and head over here immediately. You have a lot of housework to do for me. Actually, I have plenty of housework that I should be doing now, but can't because I'm stuck talking to you. I'm not going to live with you, period. If you keep making demands like this, then I can promise you that I'll make you regret it. Are you threatening me? No, I'm just telling you that I have not forgiven you, and I doubt I ever will. I understand that you were still in shock from your son's sudden death at the time. But if you think that you can act like nothing ever happened, not even apologize, and maintain a normal relationship with me, well, you've got another thing coming. What are you rambling on about? Apologize for what? Unreal. What's unreal is how much time you're wasting throwing a tantrum like a toddler when you should be shopping for me. When you come down here, pick up some milk and butter from the store. I have a few more things I need you to buy as well. I'll send you a list. I'd like to say that I'm shocked, but this is just par for the course with you. You really don't think that you've done anything worth apologizing for. All right, then so be it. I tried to warn you, but you leave me with no other choice. Again with that utter nonsense. You keep sending me bizarre texts that make no sense at all. If you ask me, I think you need to have your head examined. Thanks for your concern for my mental well-being, but my head is perfectly fine. I'm just saying that I've made up my mind. I'll do whatever I need to do to get you off my back. Meaning what, precisely? Meaning that there is absolutely no chance that I will become your caretaker. I won't do your housework for you. I won't even come visit you. I finally have something that I was afraid I had lost forever when Colton died. Peace. I won't let anyone threaten that newfound peace, least of all you. I want nothing to do with you, so leave me alone. If you won't leave me alone willingly, then I'll make you leave me alone. What in the world? What is this picture you sent me? I sent it to you hours ago. You're just now seeing it? Anyway, that's a picture of my family. I thought it would be more effective to show you rather than tell you. You know what they say, a picture is worth 1,000 words. Stop lying to me. This isn't your family. Who are all these children standing there with you? They're my children. No, they're not. You can't have children, you dirty, rotten liar. That's what you always told me, but you're wrong. No, the truth is that the reason Colton and I couldn't have kids is because Colton was infertile. We both got tested and everything, so it's a sure thing. No, not my Colton! Once we got the test results in, we had a talk as a couple about how we wanted to move forward. We decided that the best thing for us to do was just be content with each other's company. And maybe, in the future, if we decided we wanted to have children, we could always adopt or take in a foster child. We told you this before, too. Colton personally explained that to you time after time after time. Why didn't you believe him? But I thought he was just lying to protect you. You just couldn't accept that your precious son couldn't have kids. That's understandable, considering how poorly you think of people struggling with infertility. What was it you said to me? That I was a miserable failure of a human being because I couldn't have kids? That attitude of yours is precisely why Colton waited so long to tell you. He was terrified of how you would react. He finally built up his courage and practiced every word of how he would break the news to you. And then what happened? You completely ignored him, assumed he was lying, and accused me of forcing him to take the fall for me. You have a habit of doing that, you know. Interpreting every single thing in the way that's most convenient for you. No! Oh, this can't be. My son can't be at fault. You must be at least partially responsible. Really, Karen? Yes, really, that has to be true. You must have been doing something wrong. You were either eating too much or too little. Or perhaps you've been drinking. Is that it? Are you an alcoholic, May? That's it. I can't take it anymore. Shut your foul mouth, Karen. I will not stand by while you spit on Colton's grave any longer. Excuse me? Do you have any idea how crushed I was when I woke up that morning to find Colton dead right next to me in our bed? I have tortured myself over what happened that day for years now. Maybe if I would have woken up sooner, I could have saved him. Maybe he tried to wake me up when he just had his heart attack and I just didn't notice. He was your son, Karen, but he was my husband. He was everything to me. And even now that he's gone, he still holds an important place in my heart. I want an apology for what you've said tonight, and not just for me either. Every single insult you've thrown at me was also an insult to Colton's memory. I can deal with your mockery, but Colton's not here to defend himself anymore, you coward. How dare you act like you know more about that boy's feelings than me? Colton was my son. I've been a part of his life from the very beginning. I know him far better than you ever could. You are the only one who thinks that way. Listen to me, May. Don't think that I've forgotten about the money that you owe me. I've been waiting more than enough for you to give it back to me voluntarily. You thought you could hide from me, didn't you? That's the real reason you cut off contact with me after Colton's funeral. You wanted to run away with his money. Well, I'm not going to let you get away with it. Money? What money are you talking about? Don't play dumb with me, little girl. The money that you got from Colton was part of my husband's inheritance. I demand that you return it this instant. That was a gift inter vivos from your husband. Yes, he was trying to avoid inheritance taxes. If he would have waited a few more months to give him the money, the government would have taken about half of it. And I want every single cent of that money back right now. Wire it into my account by the end of the day. What aren't you getting, Karen? There is nothing for me to give back to you. The moment your husband signed that money over to Colton, it was legally his money. And now that Colton is gone, that money became a part of his estate. And as his wife at the time of his death, his estate rightfully belongs to me. What nonsense are you trying to give me now? That was my husband's money, and that makes it my money. I thought this was all common knowledge. Your husband gave it to my husband, who gave it to me. It's not your money, it's mine. Really, since your husband gave it to Colton, it never was your money to begin with. Don't give me that. You're just a dirty little thief, that's all you are. Wrong as you are, I do sort of understand where you're coming from. But after inheriting that money from my husband, I chose to use it in a way that he would approve of. It was a sort of promise we made to each other before he died, so I'm sorry, but I can't give it to you. Don't go dragging my son into this. This is all you're doing. He has no part in this. You're trying to get me to let you keep what's rightfully mine, and I'm not falling for it. Regardless of what you think about it, I will not go back on my promise to Colton. I'm going to honor his wishes to the very end. And if you have any respect for your son at all, you'll do the same. You never even respected Colton enough to give him a child while he was alive. Don't think I believe you respect him now that he's dead. So you used it, huh? Then tell me what you used it on. I used it to start a business. A business? Yeah, me and Colton had been talking about one day starting up a business of our own since before we got married. We promised to each other that once we were 35, we would quit our jobs and launch a company of our own. So I used the money I received after Colton's death to do just that. I'm the president of the company right now, and while it's a lot more work than I expected, I'm quite enjoying it. You're lying. I just know it. If you're so busy running that fake company of yours, then who's taking care of the house, You've got kids, right? If you're at work all the time, then there would be no one around to look after them. I caught you now. Actually, my husband stays home to take care of the house. I'm the breadwinner and make enough money for our whole family to live on, so he's free to look after the kids for me. He doesn't have a job, but he's your husband, the man of the house. I know this may be hard for you to accept, given the fact that you grew up during a totally different time, but yes, this is how our family works. And since it's not your family, I would appreciate it if you could refrain from commenting where your opinions aren't wanted. All right, so maybe you were telling the truth about starting a business, but that means you've got plenty of money on hand now, don't you? Give me that money. The only money we have on hand is money that we earned ourselves. None of that money I got from Colton is left. Also, we're planning to use the money we have on hand now to expand our business. I'm afraid we won't be able to return any money to you. I am sick and tired of all your excuses. Give me my money right now or else I'll sue you. I will acknowledge that the lifestyle we've made for ourselves was only made possible due to the money Colton left me. As such, I suppose I could repay you in some form as a way of showing my appreciation. In some form? What do you mean? I mean, we won't be giving you any money. What? Then what are you going to give me? You're the one who signed up for that assisted living service for me, aren't you? I never asked you to do that. Actually, I specifically told you I did not want some stranger coming into my house. Who are you, anyway?
Hi there, Karen. I'll bet you were surprised when they showed up at the house today. I apologize for that. I should have told you in advance. My name's Matthew. I'm May's husband.
Oh, so you're the guy May married.
That's right. May was worried about your lifestyle, so she talked to me about what we could do for you. Even though we're not particularly fond of you, it must be difficult to deal with life in a wheelchair. Also, our current lifestyle is thanks to the money Colton left May. So we decided to help you out by paying for an in-home care service for you. I was the one who sent for the people who came to your house today.
And why are you getting involved in this, huh? You're nothing to me.
Well, May is a very busy woman. She doesn't really have the time to look for and sign up for this sort of service. Since I'm at home, I have much more free time. I understand you weren't too thrilled about the prospect of having people you didn't know coming into your house. But when you think about it, you don't really know May too well either, so this is basically the same thing. Don't worry, if you ever need anything, you can contact me and I'll make the necessary calls for you.
I'm not talking to you anymore. Give the phone to May right now. Hey, are you there? Don't you ignore me. Looks like you've been deceived, you poor pathetic man.
Good morning, Karen. Can I help you with something?
I just got to thinking, that's all. That evil woman had the nerve to accuse my boy Colton of not being able to have kids, but how can we know that for sure? She could have very easily been lying, and since Colton's gone, we can't check.
Okay, where are you going with this?
I am getting there. You have a few kids together, don't you? Well, I got to thinking, maybe your oldest one isn't yours at all. Maybe that's actually Colton's kid.
That's a very odd allegation to be throwing at me.
Well, think about it. You got married within a year of Colton's death, didn't you? That's not normal. I'll bet she found out she was pregnant after Colton died, then hurried up and married you so she could convince you it was yours.
That's not possible.
How can you know that for sure? You can't be 100% certain unless you get a paternity test done.
I did.
You did?
Yep, if you're not convinced, would you like me to show you the test results?
Hold on, what are you saying? You mean you actually went out of your way to have a paternity test done for your kids?
Yep, I sure did.
Oh, I get it. That means you're just as suspicious of her as I am. I knew I was right about her. What a foul woman she is, huh? She must have been acting really suspicious around you if you thought you needed to do a DNA test to be sure the kid's yours.
No, actually, I always knew that they were mine.
You did, but then why would you get them tested?
It's true that most people who have paternity tests done are uncertain of whether a child is theirs, but my case is different. I just wanted to have an official record of my daughter being my child.
That doesn't make any sense. What are you talking about?
You see, I was actually adopted. I never met my birth parents nor any of my other family members, so I've never known the feeling of having blood relatives. That's why I was so excited when we found out May was pregnant. I finally had something that I've never had before. I was so happy that I wanted to do something to commemorate the occasion. May suggested having the DNA test done, and I thought it was a good idea. You might think it's strange, and I could admit that it is. But for me, having someone else recognize that my daughter was my daughter felt really validating for me. I framed the test and put it on the wall in our living room.
So, you mean...
That's right, Colton and May never had any kids together. For the record, even if May was Colton's child, I would have raised her as my own all the same. That's part of my role as her second husband. Well, I hope that clears things up for you. None of our children are Colton's children, so you have absolutely no connection to us whatsoever. In spite of this, out of the kindness of her heart, May has decided to foot the bill for your in-home care. I hope you keep that in mind.
don't you try to guilt trip me over this. I never asked for this, and I don't want it. Don't ever send another random stranger to my house again. Now, would you please give the phone back to May? You can't do this to me. I don't deserve this. There's nothing wrong with me. I don't want to go to the loony bin. They just want to talk to you, Karen. I think it would be for the best to go with them for now. There you are. I've been trying to get a hold of you for ages. Where have you been? Ignoring you, actually. I'm only messaging you right now because I'm afraid that unless you hear this from me, you'll never accept it. You're going to be staying in a mental hospital for a while for examination. Don't worry about the costs. I'll cover everything. Are you not paying attention? I just told you that I don't want to go to any mental hospital. Why are you doing this to me? Because you were physically assaulting the people we had sent to your house to help you out. Whenever they showed up, you would start grabbing everything in reach and throwing it at them. You even punched one of them who got close enough. When Matthew stopped by to check on you, you threw a massive temper tantrum. You don't seem well, Karen. We talked to the doctors at the mental hospital and they agreed that you would benefit from being committed there. I'm not sick. I'm fine. All the people who went to your house think otherwise. They're all in agreement that you need psychiatric help. One of them even ended up calling the police on you. Additionally, your raving obsession with me is most likely a manifestation of your inability to cope with Colton's death. I'm a mother now myself, so I think I can understand how devastating it would be to have one of my children die. Stop trying to empathize with me. All you're doing is buttering me up so you can lock me away in a straitjacket for the rest of my life. I'm not insane. That's not what this is, Karen. This is just a place where you can live in a safe and secure environment while getting the help you need. Not many people could handle the sudden death of their child while retaining a sound mind. I'll bet you have all sorts of emotional wounds that need tending to, even if you don't realize it. Those wounds are what causes your outbursts of anger like the one Matthew saw. You're wrong. I'm not sick. I'm not insane. I'm perfectly normal. You all are the ones who are insane. You're the only one who thinks that way. They'll be at your house to pick you up soon, so this will likely be our final conversation. I know that you hate me and probably always will, but please stop involving other innocent people in your vendetta against me. I hope that you get the help you need and finally find inner peace again. Colton would want that for you too, so please go without a fight. Karen was tested and found to be clinically insane, so she was involuntarily committed to a mental asylum for seniors shortly after that. She was a bit of a problem child at first, occasionally refusing to take her medicine and arguing with the staff, but she did eventually start taking it, and I understand she's calmed down a lot ever since then. However, she soon found out that I was right about her. Her anger had been masking the deep wounds that Colton's death had left on her heart. With the anger gone, she was left to deal with the sadness that she had been hiding away for all these years. When I talked to her doctor the other day, he said that the night staff report hearing her crying in her room late at night pretty regularly. That brought back some painful memories for me. In the days after Colton died, I was waking up late at night expecting him to be there next to me. But when he wasn't, I completely fell apart and started crying my eyes out. But as much as I can empathize with her pain, that still doesn't excuse her for things that she's said and done to me. What happened at Colton's funeral is a wound that I'm going to be carrying with me for the rest of my days. So while I won't be forgiving her anytime soon, I suppose I can at least say that I've come to understand her a bit more. Her doctor asked me if I ever had any intentions to come and visit her, and I told them no. I think that it would be far better for the two of us not to meet again. The doctor said that he agreed and that he was actually relieved that I said that. Besides, I don't have any time to spend on her. I have my own family to take care of and a business to run. I've also grown more appreciative of Matthew throughout this whole affair. He was there right beside me the whole time, doing and saying everything that he could in order to support me. I think Colton would be relieved to know that I married such a wonderful man. It may seem odd for me to talk like that, but I owe it to my late husband not to stay caught up in the past. And so I'm going to put all my effort into moving forward. I'm going to do my best to raise my children, love my husband, and expand the business that represents both my dreams and Colton's memory.